Welcome. I'm Sharon Svensson Hypnosis, and this is another recording in my testimonial video series. Today we have Angele Christina. She is the founder of WOW, which stands for Wondrous Online Women. And she is here to share her experience to give a testimonial for my Entrepreneur Joy Camp. So let's dive right in there and tell me, what was your experience? Where were you starting from when you first came into the Joy Camp?
It was a good place. However, it felt a bit ungrounded. I think that's a nice word how to describe. So I felt a bit like floating, like I know what I have to do, but I'm not sure what to do. What to actually take action and do. So it was like floating, not sure where to anchor. And that was one of the main things with the consistency of the daily emails that you share in the boot camp. It's just a constant reminder. Listen, I'm here for you. Listen, don't forget to choose love. Don't forget to choose joy. Don't forget to be appreciative. Don't forget to be grateful. That was very, very nice throughout the whole boot camp to remember that you have, like, that gave me the grounding I was lacking. So that was absolutely beautiful. It was quite a nice time, an exciting time for me because we were just before going traveling. So I was a bit on edge. I'm not sure what was going to come. I had never traveled for 9 weeks at a stretch. So I was a bit terrified, to be honest with you. And I had also started my business without having a financial backup from my partner's side, from my husband's side. So financially, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I didn't know what to do. And one of the beautiful exercises that I remember you encouraging me was to visualize, to imagine. And you actually had reminded me how much I used to love doing that as a child and how much I had forgotten to do that as an adult, but especially for my business. And that was something mind-blowing because I'm remembering now after the travels and after now I'm back now in Spain, it was something that I shared with you during the boot camp. Not something, most of the things, I can actually say all of it came true. It happened, I experienced it, I lived it all. And at the time when the boot camp was happening, it was just an imaginative journey. So thank you. That was amazing.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. When you have that joy flowing and you go to that visualization, it is mind blowing. It's like, oh my gosh, I can have this, and it's already happened and come true. So I loved how because you were traveling a lot when you were doing the Joy Camp. And I call it Joy Camp because I'm not trying to give people the boot, but to really surround them in nourishment, nurturing love. So here's some of the things that you had written during or maybe it was a little bit right after the camp, that you got more new clients. You found that you were experiencing more beautiful activities in Spain. You were doing dancing and jogging and swimming. And I remember seeing the different videos that you posted. Like you posted a video of you skateboarding. So that it's like you were saying yes to the joy more. You said you were paying all your bills in the last 5 months. And that felt really amazing because, as I recall, and maybe I have this wrong, your husband was starting a new business. So he wasn't bringing in money at the time. But it felt really good for you then to be able to support him having the joyful life that you wanted him to have. Then you traveled. So not only did you move to Spain, but then you traveled, you said since July, and you were just having a blast. You did all that you wanted to do and even more. I just loved that. And the visualization was a big part of that. You let go of a client in July, and then they came back asking for another 6 months. And it felt really good because you had raised your prices and they said yes. So you could feel that sense of joy giving you more confidence and welcoming in more abundance and prosperity. And that's a big part of the boot camp, that when we're joyful, we get more of what we want. And then we get to actually enjoy what we get. So I love that. And then you also said you got another client for 6 months, your highest paying to date. And oh, you manifested a flat in Spain. So many positive things. When you let the joy flow, it's just amazing. And I think you did the joy camp, but you upgraded and you did a individual session, which is an option for people that do the joy camp. And what do you remember that? I remember that we had done a session from before about prosperity, and I kind of opened you up to some new concepts. But when I say new concepts, you resonated with them right away. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I get to feel joyful, and being prosperous can be really easy. And I could see after that first prosperity session we had that just the things that you were posted, you were moving more in that direction. And then I feel like we kind of even nailed it home more with that second session in Joy Camp. Do you remember, and can you add something to that?
I remember what I'm realizing is that since we had that, then we couldn't get apart, which is really, really good. So because your energy is so beautiful to be around, and how you manage to address things to make that particular individual, especially in the personal session, to make that particular individual understand, and you speak to whatever knowledge that particular person has. So you played with what I have, what I had at the time, and also what I have now.
Well,
However,
yeah, you're very wise.
Yes, and I'm such a completely different person than when we spoke then about the first prosperity session, and sitting here today. I can't, remembering back, I actually get emotional because there were so many fears and I was not choosing joy at all. I was so focusing on the negative, focusing on what might happen, what if, how am I going to get out of this if it happens? So I was always there instead of the now. And that was something that you really, really held my hand and guided me. The daily meditations that you suggested that I do and listen to, very, very powerful. And I think to me, what was great is that you made something so fearful to me become so easy and simple to handle and address. That was something that I didn't have skills to do it myself, and with your guidance and love, help and support and lots of joy, I am here today completely on the other side. So thank you, Sharon.
You are welcome. Yeah. And thank you, because it was you. You came from that beautiful, open, receptive state, and you had that wisdom within. But yeah. Yay. So for people that want to find out more, go to my website, svensonhypnosis.com. And I continue to run the Entrepreneur Joy Camp, but I also do one-on-one sessions. So thank you for joining and sharing your experience. And I hope others get inspired to change their lives too. All right. Bye.